already explained you what is the atomicity and how are molecules of an element formed. Now let us concentrate on the molecules of a compound. You might be knowing something about combining and chemical reactions, as I've already told you. When a chemical reaction occurs, a compound is formed, but not always. Sometimes mixtures are formed and other things, but we are not concerned about that for just a moment. Let us take compounds. Compounds are a combination of two types of elements, or maybe more, which make them stable. When they react with each other, they are stable. And if we take an example of compound H2O, then to make it stable, to make H and O stable, they combine with each other. H with its two atoms and oxygen with its one atom made a compound for the two of them wanted to be stable. This is how molecules of a compound are formed, just to be stable. Now we come to our another topic, that is writing a chemical formula. But before explaining you how to write a chemical formula, I will first tell you about valency. Valency is the combining capacity of an element or an atom. For example, the combining capacity of hydrogen is 1 and the combining capacity of carbon is 2. Like this, we can take it. So, we will learn how to take out valency in the next discussion, but for a moment, we will write a chemical formula if we know the valencies. So, first I'm going to tell you the rules of writing a chemical formula. That is, the valencies or the charges on the ion must balance. Oh, here one more term came. Ion. Did you notice? My friend, before telling you about writing a chemical formula, let's concentrate on our topic, that is ion. I deliberately did it so that the ion word came in. Okay, what is an ion? The charged species is called an ion. The charged species of an atom, a molecule, etc. is an ion. The example of a very simple example of an ion is aluminium. And I'm going to tell you one more thing about ions. They can exist in stack nature form, which is they can exist in combined form with not just one but more atoms combined together, and that is called the polyatomic ions. Now you must not have understood what is in polyatomic ion. I'm going to explain you a little bit in more detail. And polyatomic ion is a group of atoms carrying the same charge. So the example of a polyatomic ion can be NO3, that is nitrate. In this, nitrogen and oxygen are carrying the same charge. This is what is polyatomic ion. Now let's go back to our writing the chemical formula. But don't get confused. This ion thing is on page number 36 and page number 36, and the writing the formula rules are written on page number 38. So now let me tell you about the writing the formula rules. One of the rules is that the valency and the charge on the ions must balance. You might have read in the integers that plus and minus cancel. It shouldn't be that minus and minus or plus. One should be plus and one should be minus. That means the charges must balance. And valencies must also balance. Like in H2O, the valency of hydrogen is 1 and of oxygen it's 2. So we have to balance and we will just reverse it. So we will take 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. That would give us our required formula. Valencies must balance. Then other thing it says is that when a compound is composed of one metal and one non-metal, then the metal should be written first and the non-metal should be written afterwards. Metal first, non-metal after it. Like, let us take an example of FeS, that is iron and sulfur. Iron is a metal and sulfur is a non-metal. So that is why iron is written first and sulfur is written afterwards. Now let us go on. In compounds formed with polyatomic ions, the ions is enclosed in a bracket before writing the number to indicate the ratio. So if the number of ions is that, let's say PO4, so it should be written in a bracket before writing the ratio to indicate the number. Let us take an example, NaOH. In this there is only one ion, one polyatomic ion, one ion of both. So we won't write in a bracket here 1. It is not required. If it's 1, then let it be. My handwriting is a little bad, then please try to read it. And now I'm going to give you one example so that you learn how to write it. Let us take an example of HCl. H's valency is 1 and Cl's valency is 1. Then to balance it, we would make a cross like this and this, and it would be HCl. See, I adjusted the valency. I balanced the valency, so my compound was formed. A slightly difficult example, CCl4. In which the valency of carbon is 4 and the valency of Cl is 1. Intercross again. So CCl4. You learned it. This is how you will write the compounds, the chemical compounds. But always take care of the polyatomic ion thing because that comes forward. Okay, let me give you an example of a polyatomic ion as well. Let us take an example of CaOH2. So its polyatomic ion is 1. Okay. So we will not write it, just let it be like this. And its OH valency is 1 minus and Ca's valency is 2 plus. So we will balance. So it gives us CaOH 2. You learned it. But whenever you have something else, then you have to enclose it in bracket before writing the number to indicate the ratio. Okay.